Alrighty, welcome to our System of Equations test study guide. First question, consider this system of equations. We got 2x plus 3y equals 6. I guess you call that standard form. And we got y equals 4/3 x minus 4. This is in slope-intercept form. So first, let's graph that 2x plus 3y equals 6. So there's going to be two lines here. We need to graph two lines. So what I do for this one, I'm going to write that up there. 2x plus 3y equals 6. And I'm going to make two considerations. When I look at my standard form equation, what I want to do is find the intercepts. That's the easiest, quickest way that I could graph this thing. So I'm going to consider what happens when x is 0. Why do we care when x is 0? Because that's going to tell us our y-intercept. We're trying to find out where the graph crosses this y-axis, and that is when x equals 0. So let's consider when x equals 0. Well, guess what? When x equals 0, anything times 0, 0, this is just gone now. All you got is 3y equals 6. And to get y by itself, I just need to divide both sides by 3. So divide this side by 3, divide the 6 by 3, and y equals 2. So I'll put that in here. We found out that when x is 0, 3y equals 6, y equals 2. So I'm going to plot this point right here. We got 1 point. We just need one more point for this first equation. All right, now we want to consider what happens when y equals 0. Why do we care about when y equals 0? Because we want to know when the graph is going to cross this x-axis right here. So we're just going to plug in 0 for y, find out what x equals at this x-intercept. Maybe I have to do this one in red. If I can find my red pen over here. All right, we're going to plug in 0 for y. So when y equals 0, 3 times 0 is 0. All we got left is 2x equals 6. Now, okay, so we divide both sides by 2. Right? We found out that when y is 0, all we got left is 2x equals 6. I divide this side by 2. I divide the 6 by 2. X is 3 when y is 0. And that goes right here. So that's all we need is those two dots. We can make our line now. So this equation, it's got a negative slope. It's going down 2 over 3. Down 2 over 3. This has a slope of negative 3/2. Down, or negative 2/3, I'm sorry. Down 2 over 3, negative 2/3. It's something like this. We got our first line right here. We just connected those two intercepts with a straight line. Now let's do one more line. We got to figure out this y equals 4/3 x minus 4. So I'm going to take this stuff right here and move it down out of the way so we got more space to work up here. And you know what? Maybe I'll highlight this in purple so that we know that that purple line came from this equation right here. Alrighty. Now let's take a look at this other one. This one's in standard form. Slope-intercept form. What we got here with this other one is y equals mx plus b. When you see y by itself, your slope is whatever that number in front of x is. And your intercept is whatever that constant value is, the number with no variable next to it. So the slope is right here. This is our slope, 4/3. And the y-intercept I'm just going to write y-int for short. Intercept, y-intercept. Is -4. Okay. So, first you plot your -4. Now, what's going on here? Why is the constant value of the y-intercept? Because, if I can grab my this thing right here. So when x is 0, all you got left is that number right there. This goes away when x equals 0. So we can easily find our y-intercept with this slope-intercept form. We know that it's whatever the number is, because when x is 0, that's all that's left. Y is just -4 when x equals 0. So let's mark that point first. I'm going to put it in orange because we labeled it y-intercept in orange. That's at -4. Don't forget, it's not just 4, it's got a minus up front of it. If it was +4, we would have a slope, a y-intercept of 4. So we got 1 point. Now, you could plug in 0 for y and do some math and figure out what x equals and y is 0. But I recommend use your slope, okay? What is slope? Slope is the change in y over the change in x. Those little triangles are just delta, a Greek letter that means change in math and science. So what is this? When I was in high school, we called this rise over run. How much does it go up or down divided by how much does it go to the right? And so we've got this 4/3 is our slope. Okay, this is going up 4. It's going to go up 4 spots and 3 to the right. So let's make some little points here. Up 4, 3 to the right. That's going to go from -4 up to 0, 3 to the right. And look at that. We just found the solution to our system. Up 4, 3 to the right. And so we'll draw a nice line for this. We'll connect these dots. This is going 4 squares up, 3 to the right. It's going uphill. That's a positive slope. If it was -4/3, it would be going down 4, 3 to the right. It always goes to the right. We read our graph from left to right. It's never going to go to the left, but it might be going downhill if there's a negative slope in front of the x. And now all we need to do now is mark our solution. What's the solution to a system of equations when graphed? It is the point of intersection. Just like a pirate hides their treasure under the x marks the spot. This little intersection right here tells us where both of these equations have the same x, the same y. Our solution is when x is 3, y is 0. And if you plug that into both of those formulas, it's gonna make them true. It's gonna make both of those formulas true. And there's that. So on the test, I want you to graph both lines and point at the solution for me. Write solution and point at that point of intersection, because we want to know that you know where the solution to a system of equations is on the graph.